Now over here on our right is the 1790 Restaurant and Inn. It's named that because that was the year it was built. It's also the home of another famous ghost. Her name is Anna Powers. There's been so many sightings of Anna here that the owners have put a mannequin up there in the window on the top floor. That is room 202. See Anna out there looking out at you. This is another one that if you Google it, they do have some images of Anna going up the stairs inside. But Anna was from Ireland. She wanted to come to the United States. The best way to do that was to marry an American, so she did. Well, on the ship ride over, she met a young sailor and fell in love with him. So now things have changed. When they get to Savannah, she and this sailor, they just gonna run away and live happily ever after. Well, Anna's husband found out about this, so when they got to Savannah, he held her prisoner up there in room 202 where that mannequin is. Well, she's standing there at the window one day looking out and sees the ship leaving port with her boyfriend on it. Yes, she does. She jumps out that window and commits suicide. Well, they took her up to room 202 and she did die the next day. But people who have stayed in room 202 and in 204 have heard her late at night crying for this boyfriend of hers. But now sometimes she's not so sad. She does like to pull practical jokes on people. Both of those rooms, the phones have been known to ring off the hook. You answer it, there won't be a soul there. They've even unplugged the phones and they would still ring. And then Anna's into stealing ladies' underwear. There was a couple of ladies staying there one year before Christmas. They went out sightseeing. When they came back later on that afternoon, they went up to the room and they could tell somebody had been rummaging through their luggage. They were furious. They went downstairs, going to complain to the management. There in the lobby, hanging on the Christmas tree, was their underpanties. Anna done decorated the Christmas tree with them. A few years back, Miley Cyrus was in town. She was filming that movie Love Song down there at Tybee. She did stay a couple of days there at the 1790. And some of her clothing came up missing and the staff didn't want to blame it on Anna. I'm not too sure about that one now. I'm thinking maybe somebody just wanted a little souvenir and blamed it on Anna. Now straight ahead of us, behind the one-way sign, that is the smallest house here in Savannah. At one time that was slave quarters. And I've heard this from several different sources that it just sold for $280,000. I'm having a hard time with that one, but there is a sucker born every minute, you know. Now over here on our right, this greenhouse with the black shutters, this at one time was an orphanage. It is a duplex now. There was a couple little girls staying here, and they were up there in the attic, that room, that window right below the chimney. When a fire broke out downstairs, they were trapped up there. They both died of smoke inhalation. Now they have been seen looking out that window, and a lot of times during the daylight hours, people say they've seen like a little child's bloody handprint up there on the window panes too. Now this square to our left is Spring Square. A lot of orbs have been seen in this square too. The neighbors in this area called the police one night because there was a couple of little girls out here playing. It was late at night. They didn't have any adult supervision. Well, the cops came and they did see the little girls out here playing, so they parked the patrol car and walked up to them, and they both just disappeared into a cloud of dust. That's not the only sightings there's been of them here, but that is one that's been documented by officials. Well, has anybody tried out the Pirate's house?
Yeah, I ate there today. It was good.
We're going to go check it out. Okay. Did you know it was haunted?
I didn't see anything today, but I'm sure it is. Food's good.
Maybe they're waiting on you. They might be there now, huh?
I'm getting sleepy now, all that food I ate over there.
Well, while we're working our way over there, we'll give you a few details about Savannah. Like I told you, it was founded in 1733 by James Oglethorpe. Now, he copied the plans for Savannah from another town in England. All these squares we have were very well thought out. At one time, we did have all the way up to 24. We only have 22 now. They did destroy 2 of them when they were building I-16. But at the very beginning, we had 4. They also set aside 10 acres on the outskirts of the city, and they called this 10 acres Trustees Garden. And the purpose of Trustee's Garden was to see what crops would grow good down here. Well, after so many years, it looked like cotton would be their best bet, so they really didn't have much use for Trustee's Garden after that. So the gardener's home became a tavern, and then years later, became Pirate's House. Now, all these buildings here are part of the Trustee's Garden. Now, this room that's got the wooden banister, late at night you can look in there, you don't see a soul in there. But, and I've seen this one myself too. You take a picture and all of a sudden you look at your camera and there's a man and a woman in the cameo attire standing there looking back at you. There was a guy here in town doing a lot of video work, and he had been here and he was going too. Caught him on video too. Now, a little boy was abandoned here at the Pirate's House. His parents had died of yellow fever, and he would be sitting there at the window, and I'll show you which window it is when we get a little closer. And he would sit there at the window and just look out waiting for somebody to come get him. Well, that window to this day, a lot of times you'll see him looking out, and a lot of times the staff says there'll be smudges on that window pane, and yet they can't, no matter how much wind or what, they cannot get those smudges off, and then other days those smudges won't be there at all. Now, what went on at this tavern before it was the Pirate's House, they would Shanghai guys out of here, and how this would play out is when these ships would come to Savannah, if they didn't have enough crew members on them, they'd send guys down to this bar, and these guys would wait to see who got drunk enough to pass out, and when they did, they'd take them downstairs to the basement. Because in the basement there is an entrance to a tunnel. Now that tunnel runs underneath the sidewalk all the way to the other side of the traffic light, because that's where the ships were docked. So they would drag these guys all the way down there, put them on these ships. These guys wake up the next morning, they got a hangover, now they're going out to sea and going to be gone lots of years if they ever make it back. Well, this went on for quite a while, but when the cops found out about it, they did board up the entrance to the tunnel down there at the River Street side. But now a history professor got permission from the owner of the Pirate's House to go down there and check that tunnel out. And he said while he was down there, he heard voices, and when he turned around, it was two guys dragging a third guy. So he steps back, and when he does, it's like a blast of cold air, and he watched them go right through that brick wall. Alright, this window at the corner bottom left is the one where that little boy's been seen looking out, and that's the one where a lot of days you just cannot get the smudges off of that. Now they have painted the shutters and the trim on that place paint blue. That is supposed to ward off evil spirits. I'm just not too sure how good it's working. The staff doesn't even like to go downstairs in the basement by themselves. They've been pushed and shoved and had things thrown at them. And a lot of people have said when they get that one of those tables near the basement entrance, you'll feel somebody rubbing your feet. You look under the table and there's not a soul there. But that's not all bad, getting a little foot massage while you're eating anyway. There have been times when the silverware has just mysteriously moved across that table. But it is a fun place. They do have great food, and all the staff dresses up like pirates. And then if you get one of those tables and get a foot massage, that's even better.
Yeah, I missed out on that massage.
You missed out on that part, huh?
Yeah. Should I go back tomorrow? Food was good. Chocolate cake. Oh, man. I don't know how many calories that's like that. That place is haunted too. Mulberry Inn. Old Coke building.
Now over here on our right is the old Harbor Inn. On the back side of the Harbor Inn, on the River Street side, there's a Harley Davidson gift shop. Now that gift shop is 2 levels. The second level is like an open balcony. At the back of that balcony there is a vortex or a portal where the spirits do come in from the other side. Now people who have spent the night here at the old Harbor Inn, just like down there at the mansion, you'll be laying in your bed, sound asleep, and then you'll hear, and bolted, the door bolted, and you'll hear the door open, you'll hear footsteps, and then you'll feel a hand on your forehead like somebody's come in to check to see if you've got a fever. And then in a few seconds that hand will move away and you'll hear the footsteps and you'll hear the door open and shut. Now on the Harley side, the staff says there's some mornings they showed up for work and they'll look up there on that balcony and they'll see people up there walking around like they're browsing, and then in a few minutes they're gone. And the only way to get off that balcony is to come down the stairs, which they have not done, or to go back through that vortex or portal to the other side. There have been quite a few times they went up on that balcony and they found all the merchandise thrown on the floor. And they say they can hear people laughing while they're picking it all up, putting it back on the shelves and hanging the t-shirts up again. We just got all kinds of sound effects back there tonight, don't we?
We got Jimmy back here again. He's still messing with us.
Well, that pretty much concludes our tour. Thank y'all again for picking Hearse Ghost Tours. Y'all been a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was good.